After studying this module, we shall be able to know various levels of reporting, learn about various reports at different levels, evaluate the modes of presentation of reports, and understand the format of a good management report.
Reporting is a self-explanatory system of statements of facts relating to a specific subject and serves the purpose of providing information for decision making and follow-up actions. It is a systematic presentation of ascertained facts about a specific event or subject. Report, which is an outcome of reporting, is a summary of findings and recommendations about a particular matter or problem. It is for the guidance of higher authorities, including company executives and directors. Reporting facilitates timely decisions and follow-up measures.
Reporting is a self-explanatory system of statement of facts relating to a specific subject and serves the purpose of providing information for decision making and follow-up actions. It is a systematic presentation of ascertained facts about a specific event or subject. Report, which is an outcome of reporting, is a summary of findings and recommendations about a particular matter or problem. It is for the guidance of higher authorities, including company executives and directors. Reporting facilitates timely decisions and follow-up measures. The writer of the report must understand that it is a valuable document which gives information and guidance to the management while framing future policies. It facilitates planning and decision making. Reports are also useful for solving problems faced by a business enterprise. Report is a comprehensive document and covers all aspects of the subject matter of study. It is a self-explanatory and complete document by itself. Reporting is an effective tool of communication between top executives and subordinate staff working in an organization. It provides feedback to employees and to executives for decision making. Once a report is submitted, one must remember that it becomes a permanent record relating to certain business matters. It is useful for future reference and guidance. Reporting is a time consuming, lengthy, and costly activity as it involves collection of facts, drawing conclusions, and making recommendations. Reporting levels are used for the protection of investors, regulation of orderly markets, and enforcement of speculative restrictions. Levels of reporting depend upon the various levels of management. The term levels of management refers to a line of demarcation between various managerial positions in an organization. The number of levels in management increases when the size of business and workforce increases and vice versa. Reporting is done by all the three levels of management. The level of management determines a chain of command, the amount of authority and status enjoyed by any managerial position. The levels of management can be classified in three broad categories. Number 1, top level or administrative level. Number 2, middle level or executing level. Number 3, lower level or supervisory or operative or first line managers level. Managers at all these levels perform different functions. For example, the top level management, which consists of board of directors, chief executive, or managing director, is the ultimate source of authority and it manages goals and policies for an enterprise. It devotes more time on planning and coordinating functions. The role of top management can be summarized as: the top level management lays down the objectives and broad policies of the enterprise. They issue necessary instructions for preparation of department budgets, procedures, schedules, etc. They prepare strategic plans and policies for the enterprise. Top level management appoints the executive for middle level, departmental level managers. They control and coordinate the activities of all the departments. They are also responsible for maintaining a contact with the outside world. Top level management provides guidance and direction. They are responsible towards the shareholders for the performance of the enterprise. The middle level management is made up of the branch managers and departmental managers. They are responsible to the top level management for the functioning of their own respective departments. They devote more time to organizational and directional functions. The role played by the middle level management is very important. They execute the plans of the organization in accordance with the policies and directives of the top level management. They make plans for the subunits of the organization. They participate in employment and training of lower level management. They interpret and explain policies from top level management to lower level management. They are responsible for coordinating the activities within the division or department. They also send important reports and other important data to top level management. They evaluate performance of junior managers. They are also responsible for inspiring lower level managers towards better performance. Lower level management. Lower level is also known as supervisory or operative level of management. It consists of supervisors, foremen, section officers, superintendents, etc. According to R.C. Davis, supervisory management refers to those executives whose work has to be largely with personal oversight and direction of operative employees. In other words, they are concerned with direction and controlling function of management. The activities of lower level management include assigning of jobs and tasks to various workers. They guide and instruct workers for day to day activities. They are responsible for the quality as well as quantity of production. They are also entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining good relations in the organization. They communicate workers' problems, suggestions, and recommendatory appeals, etc., to the top level management and communicate higher level goals and objectives to the workers. They help to solve the grievances of the workers. They supervise and guide the subordinates. They are responsible for providing training to the workers. They arrange necessary materials, machines, tools, etc. for getting the things done. They prepare periodical reports about the performance of the workers. They ensure discipline in the enterprise. They motivate workers. They are the image builders of the enterprise because they are in direct contact with the workers.
Let us now proceed to understand What do we mean by reporting role? Reporting roles are those in which managers obtain and transmit information. These roles have changed dramatically as technology has improved. The manager evaluates the performance of others and takes corrective action to improve that performance. He also watches for changes in the environment and within the company that may affect individual and organizational performance. Monitoring occurs at all levels of management, although managers at higher levels of organization are more likely to monitor external threats to the environment than are middle or first line managers. The role of disseminator requires that managers inform employees of changes that affect them and the organization. They also communicate the company's vision and purpose. Managers at each level disseminate information to those below them, and information of this nature travels from top down in the form of a report.
As understood earlier, reporting is done by all levels of management. As per requirement, they generate different kinds of reports. Different types of reports used in business are 1. Informational reports, 2. Analytical reports, 3. Research reports, 4. Routine reports, 5. Special reports, 6. Statutory reports. We shall discuss each of these one by one. Informational reports. These reports present facts about certain given activity in detail without any note or suggestions. Whatever is gathered is reported without giving any personal views or adding bias and suggestions. Examples of some of these reports are report on sales and production, report on selling and advertising efficiency, plant utilization report, project evaluation report, and inventory report. Analytical reports. These reports contain facts along with analytical explanations offered by the person making such report. Such reports contain the narration of facts, collected data and information, classified and tabulated data, and also explanatory note followed by the conclusions arrived at or interpretations. For example, labor turnover report, report on actual and budgeted profit, production and productivity report, research reports. These reports are based on some research work conducted by either an individual or a group of individuals on a given problem. Report is submitted by the research division detailing its findings and then offering their own suggestions including the conclusions arrived at. For example, price variance report, statutory reports. These reports are to be presented according to the requirements of a particular law or in compliance with a legal requirement. These reports are generally prepared in the prescribed format, for example, Director's Report and Auditor's Report. Non-statutory reports. These reports are not in the nature of legal requirements. These reports are required to be prepared and submitted for the administrative and other conveniences, for taking a decision in a matter, and for policy formulation. Routine reports. These reports are required to be prepared and submitted periodically on matters required by the organization so as to help the management of the organization to take decisions in the matters relating to day affairs. The main objective of routine reports are to let the management know as to what is happening in the organization. Routine reports are generally brief. They only give the facts. No comments or explanations are usually offered in such reports. Generally, No format is prescribed for preparation and submission of such reports. Special reports. Such report is specially required to be prepared and submitted on matters of special nature. For example, due to an accident, a death of the foreman has occurred in a factory. The factory manager may ask for a detailed report from the head foreman. These reports contain not only facts and details, but they may contain suggestions, comments, and explanations as well. Modes of presentation of report. Reporting is very significant aspect of communication within the organization. Different types of reports are generated and presented every day. There are basically three modes of presentation of a report: the narrative form or written report, the PowerPoint presentation or graphic mode, the oral communication of reports. Narrative or written reports. Formal and statutory reports are always in written form. These reports have a format and time frame within which it is required to be submitted. As these reports are long due to facts, figures, data, etc., it takes time to review the report and arrive at a decision. PowerPoint presentation or graphic mode consists of charts, diagrams, pictures, etc. PowerPoint presentation is a very popular mode as it makes an impact with facts, figures presented in condensed form. These are simple to comprehend and they make decision making easy. Oral communication of reports. This is usually done by way of a presentation during a meeting or amongst a group of members. Organizations today prefer this mode of report presentation. Now that we have discussed various types of reports, let us now move on to discuss the format of a good report. Cover letter. Generally, the first component of a formal report is the cover letter. Similarly to a semi formal report, this transmittal letter transmits the report to the intended reader. The letter contains the summary or the highlights of the report, as well as any details about completing and sending the report that are relevant to the receiver. This letter is generally attached to the report with a paper clip. The need to attach this letter is to let the receiver know as to why the report was written and who commissioned the report, when it was demanded, and how much time was allotted for completion of the report. The formal report generally has a cover. The quality of the cover can have a significant impact on the receiver. Many report writers, therefore, follow the IDA technique of writing. The IDA technique stands for A. Attract attention, I. Kindle interest, D. Create desire, A. Urge action. The title page generally has four main pieces of information. Number 1, the title of the report. 2, the name of the person or organization receiving the report. 3, the person or persons or organization who authored the report. 4, the date on which the report was submitted. Table of contents. The table of contents is an accurate and comprehensive table of the information located in the report with a corresponding page reference so as to easily locate each section. The contents are generally arranged to the left of the page with subsections indented and identified by section numbers. Each item in the contents should have a corresponding page number that indicates where the section begins only. Executive summary. The summary or executive summary is prepared from the main body of the report and placed as far forward in the report as possible on its own page. Generally, it is located after the table of contents, but it could appear beforehand in some reports. It provides the main elements of the report in a nutshell. This enables the reader to know about the basic contents of the report at a glance. The body of the report consists of certain elements. Let us discuss these. Introduction. Introduction is written in simple language which can be easily understood. Care should be taken to make the purpose of the report evident in this section. The introduction demonstrates the very spirit of the report. Conclusions. It is actually the most important component of the report as it contains the outcomes of the findings after the data has been put to various statistical tests. The conclusions should be in simple language and must be corroborated by facts. Recommendations. Based on the conclusions, the presenter of the report must state recommendations or suggestions to the receiver of the report. These must also be written in simple English and should not contain any ambiguity. Appendices. This section of the report contains all attachments which have been referred to while arriving at conclusions. For example, balance sheets, profit and loss account, questionnaires, etc. To sum up the format of the report, two steps are required. These steps are: number 1, follow the generally accepted format for a report, which includes summary, introduction, main body, conclusions, recommendations, and appendix. Number 2, organize information in each section in a logical fashion, writing the most important area first.
Let us have some insight into the technique of reporting. The acronym AIDA is a handy tool for ensuring that your report or other writing grabs attention. The acronym stands for: A is for attention or attract, I is for interest, D is for desire, A is for action. These are the 4 steps you need to take your audience through if you want them to take note of the messages in your report. A slightly more sophisticated version of this is AIDCA or AIDEA, which includes an additional step of conviction or evidence between desire and action. Use the AIDA approach when you write a piece of text that has the ultimate objective of getting others to take an action. The elements of the acronym are: first, attention or attract. Use powerful words or a picture that will catch the reader's eye and make them stop and read what you have to say next. Second, interest. This is one of the most challenging stages. Gaining the reader's interest is a deeper process than grabbing their attention. This means helping them to pick out the messages that are relevant to them quickly. So use bullets and subheadings and break up the text to make your points stand out. Third, desire. The interest and desire parts of AIDA go hand in hand. As you are building the reader's interest, you also need to help them understand how what you are offering can help them in a real way. The main way of doing this is by appealing to their personal needs and wants. Action. The whole purpose will be defeated if the reader does not respond as intended. Therefore, the effort must be to urge an action from the reader's end. This action must be made simple so that it is faster. There have been new additions in the techniques of reporting. Let us have a look at some other of the later versions of the AIDA formula. AIDAS, where S stands for satisfaction that has been added. Next, AIDCAS, where C stands for confidence. Another developed concept is AISDALS, love model, where new elements such as search, like or dislike, share and love or hate as long-term effects have also been added. One significant modification of the model was its reduction to 3 steps, CAB. First, cognition, that is, awareness or learning. Second, affect, that is, feeling, interest or desire. Third, behavior, that is, action. Additionally, experts have developed TIREA scale that focuses on breaking down the decision-making process into more defined components. Each step focuses on a progressive journey through the decision-making process, where T stands for thought, I stands for interest, that is, desire, R stands for risk, that is, evaluation, E stands for engagement, A stands for action. Another new technique, REAN, was developed in 2006 to cater more specifically the customer life cycle. REAN is a marketing acronym whereby R is reach, the set of activities needed to raise prospects' attention for your brand, product, or service. E is engage, the gradual, typically multi-channel, often recursive set of activities needed to engage the prospects you just won. A is activate, the activities needed for your prospects to take, eventually the actions you wanted them to take. N is nurture, the activities needed to nurture the customer relationship you just managed to create.
Let us recapitulate what we have learned. Reporting is done by all the 3 levels of management. The level of management determines a chain of command, the amount of authority and status enjoyed by any managerial position. The levels of management can be classified in 3 broad categories, namely the top level management or the administrative level, middle level management or the executing level, and the lower level management, which is also known as the supervisory, operative or first line managers. Reporting roles are those in which managers obtain and transmit information. These roles have changed dramatically as technology has improved. The manager evaluates the performance of others and takes corrective action to improve that performance. Different types of reports are generated by different levels of management. Some such reports include the informational reports, analytical reports, research reports, statutory reports, non-statutory reports, routine reports, and special reports. The 3 different ways in which reporting is done are narrative reports, PPTs or PowerPoint presentations, and oral reports. The format of a good report contains first the cover letter and has summary, introduction, main body, conclusions, recommendations, and appendices. In order to be easily understandable, one must organize information in each section in a logical fashion, writing the most important area first.